Shalom everybody, this is Papadeeva back to you again with another video. Real stories, real people, real testimony. I hope you guys are doing well. And like I always say to you all, you're covered by prayers. Yes, I pray for you every day, for your family, for your finance breakthrough, your journey mercies, and whatever the Lord leads me into prayers. Okay, I hope you all are keeping well. Okay, today I'm going to share some stories about changes, what happens to us when we do changes in our life, especially with this season of pandemic now. Many who lost their job or lost their business, they are trying or they are venturing into new things, starting up new businesses, some big businesses, some are starting small, but all these need changes, so I decided to make a video and share some tips so that it will be helpful to those who are venturing into new businesses. Okay, I want to start out with a story of an Indian businessman in India, this big story. After that, I'll go into small stories, which also will help you all. Okay, this is a story about Ratan Tata, the chairman of Tata Group. They were famous of making trucks in India, Tata trucks, and they were very successful. And Tata Ratan actually had a dream to make cars, first cars, saloon cars in India. So he went into this project. It was his dream project. He started the project. He was working hard. He was working day and night to make this dream come true. The cars went into production. They rolled out into the sales room, but their sales were so bad. Okay, something which they didn't expect, that within a few years they need to sell out this division because it was running on a loss. So they made a deal with Ford of America. Ford of America showed some interest and they wanted to do them a favor by buying the division. Because of that, Ratan Tata and his team flew to Detroit, America to make the deal, and they met up with Bill Ford, the chairman of Ford Company. During this meeting, Bill Ford humiliated Ratan Tata by saying, "Why did you start this business when you don't even know about cars?" He humiliated Ratan Tata, and Ratan Tata feels so humiliated in front of his team that he decided not to sell his company. The same night, he flew back to Mumbai. When he came back to Mumbai, he immediately went into action. He started to make changes in his automotive industry, in the cars. He made all the changes that he can within a short time or period. They were making money. They were making profit, and they were going international. They were doing very well. And later part, after a few years, Ford had some problems. Ford had other two divisions which were running on a loss. That was the Land Rover section, which was under that group, and the Jaguar group was under them. They were all running, these two companies were running on a loss. So they flew down to Mumbai to see Ratan Tata, asking him to do them a favor by buying over this company or taking over that company. Ratan Tata didn't want to do revenge because he personally is a very humble man, but he did them the favor by taking over that two companies, and he made all that necessary changes until the companies were doing very well. The cars, Range Rovers and Jaguars were selling well, and they made a lot of money, brings profit for Tata Group. And all this happened because of the changes they did into these cars. Now, that's what change can do to a man's life, a business that you start. Change is so important to us. Today I have wrote down some tips about changes, what can change do to us when we start new business or venture into something new. Let's look at it. Change stands with C-H-A-N-G-E. First thing you look at C. To change, we need to have courage. If not courage, if you don't have the courage, you can't change. I'm going to talk to you about another story about a lady who was just a housewife who met a businessman. That businessman taught her a business selling pillows, blankets, and bed sheets. She learned that business and she was very successful. Today, not only she's successful, she's also training other people to do this business, because this business doesn't require capital. They can do it on social media. It is very successful. It's so important to do business without capital, especially during this time. And she's really doing well by teaching others. So she's also still a housewife. She's still a mother and a businesswoman. Look at the mindset. What she changed? A mindset from just an ordinary housewife into a businesswoman. So you need the courage to change. Okay, from courage we move to age. What we see in age is habit. If you are having some bad habit, it's time to change that bad habit into good habit. I'll give you a story, a real story about an actor. His name was Chris Tucker. He was acting alongside with Jackie Chan. Before acting the movie, Chris Tucker was just an ordinary stand-up comedian, and he was selected to act alongside with Jackie Chan. But Jackie Chan actually didn't like him because of some bad habit that he had. Chris Tucker will come to the shooting scene only about 11:30, but Jackie Chan will be there about 6:30. Feeling guilty, Chris Tucker went up to Jackie Chan. He said, "Hey Jackie, you have the right to come late. Why are you coming early?" Jackie Chan was so surprised with what he told. Jackie Chan replied to Chris Tucker. He told him, "I am the producer, I am the director, I am the actor of this movie, and I cannot be like you. I cannot come late like you. I got to come early." From that moment onwards, Chris Tucker made a stand. He wanted to change himself. He started coming early. He made a lot of changes himself until all the three movies, Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3, all were successful. In the last movie, Jackie Chan paid Chris Tucker a $25 million for acting in that movie, and they become close friends. You see, because of the changes he made, Chris Tucker is still today a very successful stand-up comedian. Okay, let's move on from habit to action. We need to have action. What are we going to put in action? In this process of change, you need to put action at its best. Your courage to change, you need to put it in action. Your good habits, you need to put it in action. Your planning, you need to put it into action. Your time management, you need to put it into action. Your finance management, you need to put in action. Extra. Many good things you need to put into action so that you can get result. Okay? So let's move on from action. Let's see what we have. After action, we have N. N stands to new. What's new? New is so important because when you start to have courage to change, when you change your habit and the good habits you put into action, you become a new man, a new creation, a new mindset you'll have, that you'll become a role model to others, you'll become a good leader to others, especially when you have your team underneath you. They all will look up to you because you're a new creation, a new leader in the making. So it is so important you to be new. It's so important to have new mindset. If you are doing business, you need to have a businessman mindset, right? And you need to think big. All this come along when you become a new creation. Let's move on from new. Once you are new, now let's move on to G. G leads you into goal. Goal setting is so important. When you have goal inside you, it gives you a strong desire to achieve your dreams, strong desire to move forward. A few days back, a friend's daughter called me up. We have never met for a long time. She found my number, she called me up and she said, "Papadeeva, I want to thank you for teaching me to do goal setting. I did my goal setting on my dream board and I achieved many things. I'm doing very well now. And not only that, I'm also training many youth who do not have direction in their life to set their goals and move forward in their life. Many parents have called me and they thanked me how I helped their children." I was so happy to hear this news from her and I wish her good luck. Keep moving, I told her that. And she was very thankful to me about this, that, and I feel great about it. So friends, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're starting into a new venture, you need to look into another thing that is called E. But I didn't write anything here. There are 3 question marks. Now it is time for you to think what E is. Create your own meaning for E and add it on into change so that you can move on. All right, once you get the E, you got something for it, you can write it in the comment box, or you can call me, or you can email to you. You can choose your own word for you to achieve, right? So that it will be a complete change in your business. So whoever is watching here, I wish you all the best. And if you have friends who are starting new business or venturing into something, please share this video, or you give them the word of encouraging. And I always tell you, those people who are positive to start during these bad times, they look at good times, they have great mindset, okay? It is time for us to encourage one another, help one another to move forward during this time of pandemic. So whatever it is, stay safe, follow the SOP, and until I see you all in another video, God bless you. Shalom, 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 and good night.